In the ancient world, the pomegranate was a symbol of complexity. A fruit that guarded its treasure behind a tough, leathery skin and hundreds of bitter, white membranes. Eating one is a puzzle. Juicing one is a battle against mess and astringency. But here, in the heart of the Mediterranean agricultural belt, the battle has been won by engineering. Welcome to a facility that processes a staggering 100,000 tons of fruit per season. How do you extract millions of delicate, juice-filled arils without crushing the bitter skin? How does a factory turn a chaotic harvest into a shelf-stable superfood exported to 50 nations? From the dusty field to the sterile bottle, this is the story of absolute precision. The journey begins in the sun-drenched Pomegranate Belt, a region stretching over 5,000 hectares. Here, intense solar radiation drives the synthesis of deep red antioxidants, but nature is disciplined by science. Harvest only commences when the fruit reaches a specific Brix level of exactly 16%. Since pomegranates stop ripening the moment they leave the branch, timing is absolute. Once cut, a logistical army moves 1,000 tons daily, creating a red river at the factory gates. The fruit, however, is covered in field dust. It immediately enters the preliminary processing line. High-pressure hydrojets and rotating nylon brushes spinning at 600 RPM scour the skin, blasting away soil and pests. Finally, the glistening spheres roll under optical sorters. Cameras scan each fruit 50 times a second, using compressed air jets to shoot away defects. Only the flawless survive to meet the knife. This is the most critical stage of production. If you simply crush a whole pomegranate, the juice becomes undrinkable, contaminated by the bitter tannins found in the white pith, or albedo. To solve this, the factory employs a proprietary soft percussion technology. The fruit is sliced into hemispheres with laser-guided precision. Then, instead of squeezing, the machine taps it. Inverted cups hold the fruit, while vibrating beaters strike the skin at a frequency of 400 strokes per minute. The physics here are simple but brilliant. The resonance dislodges the heavy juice sacs, the arils, while the light, bitter membrane remains stuck to the peel. The result is a mesmerizing cascade of ruby jewels. The arils fall onto a vibrating sieve, separating them from any stray pieces of white pith. This ensures that the raw input for the juice is 100% sweet, antioxidant-rich fruit flesh with zero contamination from the bitter skin. Now, the arils must surrender their nectar. They are fed into a pneumatic membrane press. Unlike the violent grinding used for apples or carrots, this process is gentle. An internal rubber balloon inflates, pressing the arils against a perforated stainless steel cylinder. The pressure increases gradually, peaking at just 1.5 bars, enough to burst the delicate cell walls of the aril, but not enough to crush the hard woody seed inside. Crushing the seed would release bitter oils, ruining the flavor profile. The juice that flows out is opaque, rich, and loaded with polyphenols.
If you look at the projection here, the anomaly stabilizes at this temperature.
Interesting. Let's proceed with caution.
It is piped immediately into chilled holding tanks at 4 degrees Celsius, halting any enzymatic activity that could degrade the color. Raw juice is alive, teeming with natural yeasts and sediment. To create the crystal-clear product consumers expect, the liquid enters a high-speed decanter centrifuge. Spinning at 4,000 RPM, the machine generates G-forces that pull the remaining solids out of the liquid suspension. Now, the factory must ensure safety without cooking the flavor. The juice enters the flash pasteurization unit. In a labyrinth of titanium heat exchangers, the liquid is heated to 98 degrees Celsius for exactly 30 seconds.
That weld looks compromised right there.
I see it.
We should report that immediately.
This is the kill step. The heat shock obliterates 99.9% of bacteria, molds, and pathogens. But before the vitamins can degrade or the sugars can caramelize, the juice is instantly crash-cooled back to 25 degrees Celsius. This thermal gymnastics preserves the fresh, tart taste of the harvest while guaranteeing a shelf life of up to 12 months. We enter the clean room, a pressurized environment where the air is filtered to hospital standards. Here, the aseptic filling line operates at a blistering speed of 24,000 bottles per hour. Oxygen is the enemy of antioxidants. To combat this, the machine utilizes liquid nitrogen dosing. A single droplet of liquid nitrogen is injected into the headspace of every bottle. Instantly expanding into gas, it pushes out the oxygen and pressurizes the container, making the plastic bottle rigid and strong for transport. Caps are torqued to an exact tightness. Labels are laser etched with traceability codes, and robotic arms palletize the goods. Within 2 hours of the fruit entering the washing bay, it is now sealed, safe, and ready for global transit. From a rugged, thick-skinned fruit clinging to a dusty branch, to a refined, jewel-toned elixir in your refrigerator. This facility proves that when nature's complexity meets industrial ingenuity, the result is nothing short of miraculous. This is the standard of modern hydration: pure, precise, and uncompromisingly clean. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of high-tech juice production, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. What superfood factory should we inspect next? Let us know in the comments below.